From avalanches to flash floods to icy lanes and explosions from hidden bombs, these are the roads best left untravelled. Hundreds lose their lives to them every year, yet thousands drive down them every day. These are the 5 deadliest roads in the world. Welcome to Explained. Death Road, Bolivia. Bolivia's youngest road is one of the most dangerous in the world and is better known as Camino de la Muerte by the locals. It was constructed by Paraguayan prisoners of war in the 1930s and descends 3,500 metres from La Paz in the Andes to the Yungas Valley and continues far into the Amazonian lowlands. But don't be fooled by the beautiful view. This route claims 200 to 300 lives every year and can go from scenic to horrifying in a matter of minutes. The 69-kilometre portion of the road that connects La Paz to Coroico is terrifying. Parts of the highway are only 3 metres wide. Sharp turns, large potholes and blind corners can get suddenly covered in thick fog. And mini waterfalls from heavy rain cause mudslides that can send you down a 1,000-metre vertical drop. In fact, white crosses stand testimony to the lives lost along the way. So why do people take this road when a new bypass exists? For curious tourists and thrill-seeking cyclists, the road's deadly reputation is an allure. But for some locals, Death Road is unavoidable as it's the only one that connects to certain destinations. Jungle Roads, Guyana. In Guyana, the trip from Georgetown to the Amazonian gold mines will give you nightmares. The journey from Georgetown ranges only 50 to 80 kilometres tops, but the truckers often disappear for several days or weeks at a time. Speed on these roads never exceed 5 kilometres an hour. And fun fact, the locals actually measure distance in number of days instead of kilometres. Truckers willing to risk the trip travel in convoys, and for good reason. More trucks equal more security from robbers, but that's the least of their worries. The roads are all mud and surrounded by thick jungle, so after a heavy downpour, the risk of getting stuck in the middle of the Amazon goes through the roof. Ruts can get over 1 metre deep, and the only way to get across is with a winch. Unstable bridges are another challenge, and some are even built on the spot. And these Bedford four-wheel drive trucks are so battered, their disc brakes have to be changed every 4 trips. So why do truckers opt for these jobs over others? Because one trip to these mines pays them up to 300 euros. That's twice the normal salary. And in Guyana, the money can go a long way. James Dalton Highway, Alaska. This highway is one of the most isolated roads on the planet and was built as a supply road for the Trans-Alaska Pipeline. It's also the only road linking Fairbanks to Deadhorse near the Arctic Ocean and the Prudhoe Bay oil fields. Truckers call it the loneliest road on Earth. There are no gas stations, rest stops or cell phone coverage for a 383-kilometre stretch, and a small breakdown can have you stranded for days. The only medical centres are at the beginning of the highway in Fairbanks and at the very end in Deadhorse. In fact, road authorities advise drivers to carry survival gear and properly prepare their vehicles for the trip. The 2-lane road is 75% gravel and mud. It's mainly used by tanker trucks, and smaller cars are advised not to make the trip unless absolutely necessary. But what really scares away even the most seasoned drivers is the harsh Arctic weather. In some parts, the temperature can drop to minus 62 degrees Celsius or minus 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Blizzards create slippery, icy roads, and limited visibility makes it difficult to spot giant potholes. The most dangerous part is at the Adigan Pass, which is prone to sudden avalanches. Accidents are frequent along the Dalton Highway, and crosses along the road mark the many lives lost. Oh, and to add to its enigma, it's 666 kilometres long, a regular highway to hell. Highway 1, Afghanistan. As you'd probably imagine, there are quite a few dangerous roads in this war-torn country. But Highway 1, a strategic ring road that links a number of key Afghan cities, is by far the deadliest. For starters, the 483-kilometre road that connects Kandahar to the capital Kabul faces extreme weather conditions. But this is the least worry for travellers. This entire area is Taliban territory. Insurgent attacks, ambushes and kidnappings are frequent. So local militia act as traffic police at checkpoints along the way. Then there's the threat of driving over IEDs or improvised explosive devices hidden by terrorists. If you survive this trip and carry on to the eastern city of Jalalabad, there's more to watch out for. This 143-kilometre road goes through some crazy mountainous terrain. In fact, this stretch of road records so many fatalities from drivers speeding across to the other side, it's literally called the Valley of Death. The Leh Manali Highway, India. This 476-kilometre drive from Manali to Leh is up in the Himalayas and has a gorgeous view, but it's also one of the most dangerous roads in India. The deadliest portion is Rohtang Pass, which literally translates to the ground of corpses. It's one of the highest roads in the world at almost 4,000 metres above sea level, and it's only open from May to November for good reason. This region encounters unpredictable weather. Rockfalls and landslides are frequent, and when the temperature drops, dense fog makes the narrow dirt road difficult to navigate. Heavy rain quickly converts to thick slush, and the lack of guardrails on the winding road makes it easy for vehicles to fall off the edge. The most challenging bit, though, is the altitude. In fact, truck drivers who are often caught in stagnant traffic up there say the altitude makes it difficult for them to breathe at times. But despite the evident danger, truckers and tourists brave this route on a daily basis because it's the only road that connects to the remote region of Leh beyond. There are many other deadly roads across the world. This includes the Guoliang Tunnel Road in China, the Zojila Pass in India, the Karakoram Highway that connects Pakistan to China, and Russia's frozen Kolyma Highway that's also called the Road of Bones. One thing in common is that these roads are unavoidable and are strategic trade routes that connect to some of the most remote parts in the world. Let us know if you've been down one of these highways and lived to tell the tale. Don't forget to like and subscribe.